How we doing, good people? How's it going? I'm just kicking it back. I actually am in a rocking chair. I hope that the rocking chair doesn't bother y'all. I'll try not to rock too much, but I did want to take it easy. I decided to sit outside underneath an actual light this time instead of being in the dark. I don't know if y'all can already tell, but it's already dark out there. It's not even 6 o'clock. So, guys, if y'all want me to be on here 6, y'all might have to deal a little bit with the rocking chair. I hope that's okay. But guys, ladies and gents, how's it been going? What's been popping? How's the fragrance world been going for you? Yeah, it's dark out there already. I hope that y'all can see that. It is completely dark already, and it's not even 6 p.m. Whoa, sorry about that, guys. Did Anyways, what fragrances have y'all been into? Never pass on a bower. What does your name mean? I don't even know what that means, man. But how's life been treating you? Sorry, I didn't even know. They did an update, and I can like make myself zoom backwards and like look at the comments, kind of like on Instagram, and you can actually zoom in and out. It's kind of funny. I don't know why I would want to watch zoom on my face. Well, I guess it's nice for adjusting the screen if you're doing a live. But hey there, Gamiel. Happy to see you, Centino. How's life been treating you? What's your scent of the day? So my scent of the day, I tested a bunch of new things. I tested something called Nanshi, or I don't know how you're supposed to say it. It's from Nishane. It's one of their brand new like aquatic fragrances, and they got two new fragrances coming out. That's one of them. I forget what the other one's called. I tested Herod again, and it does. I got a newer decant of it or sample, and it doesn't have that annoying vibrancy to it. I think that they tamed down the cinnamon a little bit, and I think that's what I was getting because I looked more into Herod and I did some more research. And it's y'all know already all about Herod by Parfums de Marly. It's really popular. It's a tobacco, vanilla. It's got some woody aspects to it, but it's got some musk, and a lot of people don't talk about that. It's also like a has a light woody element to it and some musk, and it's got cinnamon. And so the fragrance, most people, what they're going to smell is vanilla, tobacco, and cinnamon, and that's probably what they're going to talk about. But I don't know if my batch was a funny batch or what I got, but I don't know how you, if you know, I don't know how you got that fragrance and didn't notice that cinnamon just in your face. So, anyways, I also thought about it a little bit more, and it's not like I sit with one fragrance and test that fragrance for a week straight. Sometimes it'll take me a month. Maybe it'll take me months to get back. So I actually haven't tried Parfums de Marly here in a long time, and I tested it today. And again, I don't like calling Parfums de Marly a clone house, guys. I really don't. I do think that they did some original work. I mean, I think Hobdon's original, but maybe it's an inspiration of something out there, which I really like Hobdon. I think Leighton Exclusive is pretty good, but I have to say, I think Herod took some inspiration from, Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille. I mean, a lot of people might say that, just like they say with a Ventus, because just anything with pineapple smells like a Ventus. I mean, some people are going to say anything with tobacco and vanilla smells like tobacco vanille. It is a different composition, but I do think that they at least looked at it and said, "How can we make our own version?" Because it's got instead of clove that's in tobacco vanille, they put cinnamon, and still got somewhat of a similar smell to it. So I thought that was really funny. Anyways, hey everybody popping in. A bower is a term in how do you say it? Euchre? I don't even know. I'm sorry. It's in the card game. I'm debating blind buying Galant, Patchouli Ardent. I don't know that card game. I'll have to look into it. Is it good? Is it complex? Sometimes complex board games can be really nice if you're around people who are more, into actual board games that have complexity to them. I forget which one I played, but it was like a horror one, but I don't remember what it's called. But there would be one person who was the monster who would end up turning into the monster, and it would change the game, and everybody would have certain items. And especially if you had a bunch of friends go into it not understanding the game, it was really fun because you didn't know which items you should hold on to, which items were any good against. Some items had special effects against certain monsters, and some things were completely useless. And you were taking a risk all the time, and there was a lot of risk involved. I only played the game twice. I wish I remember what it was called, but the second time I played it, the person I was playing against kind of gave it away. I got really lucky and I pulled the skull, which was good against their monster, and they were giving away that we were winning. So, anyways, guys, I'll stop talking about that. But cool, Guerlain Patchouli Ardent. I haven't smelled that one, but y'all know that Guerlain makes great fragrances. I haven't tried a lot of the high end niche ones that are really expensive. Tonka Imperial is amazing, but I haven't tried a lot of the other ones, and I probably should. I tried Louis. I've tried again. I have a bad habit of trying some of these that have cult followings that are kind of odd. Like, at least to me, they're not my personal. I'm not super crazy about them. Like Roja's Fetish and Scandal, and some of these that people. I mean, they're good fragrances. Don't get me wrong, but they might not be my thing. And I did the same thing with Guerlain. I've tried a few of the high end ones, but haven't found that one might be really good, but. Um, I do have Guerlain's Lemon Verde from the Aqua Allegoria collection, but I do need to get a good Guerlain like that. You know, some one from the higher end collection for sure. So BP Wool is in the house. Hello, my friend. How you doing? Y'all probably know about BP Wool. He's a fragrance reviewer too. Cool guy. Just got done testing out Guerlain the Homme Ideal. Have you tried any from the Ideal? I have. I've tried the original Ideal, I think. I've tried the Ideal Cologne. I tried another one. I can't remember what it was. I think it might have been there was a sport or like a blue version. I haven't tried the Parfum. I always need to try that one, but I think it supposedly has like a raspberry or a cherry smell to it. I think I remember that Jeremy Fragrance liked it or sometimes gets good reactions from it. But Guerlain, the Ideal Cologne line is a pretty good line, as far as I can tell. I don't own one. I did showcase the cologne. That was my dad's, but I don't know. I don't know if I'll buy one of those. I do kind of like the new IDL, the cologne. What is it called? IDL. Did they call it Cool? I think it was called Cool. It has more of like a mint and an ambergris kind of quality about it. I heard that most people, because it was kind of so popular, it was so hyped in the fragrance community, it was kind of a shock, and I remember a lot of people getting really mad about them discontinuing the regular IDL cologne and replacing it with I think I'm pretty sure it's IDL Cool, the cool version, and I kind of like the cool version, but it does lean a little bit almost in that aquatic direction, and maybe that's going to sell better for them. Maybe that's why they did it. I'm not really sure. So. Valley Vaughn's in the house. Is that you, Valley Vaughn? Okay, I had to look. I had to try to look at your picture. It's real small. I just see a text and your picture. Valley Vaughn, it's good to see ya. How you doing? Happy to see ya. You must try BDK Smoking Roses, even though I know you already have. Smell great cherry scent. I don't know if I've tried that one. BDK is another house that I need to explore. There's a lot of good ones. Tomorrow or maybe Monday, I'll probably do a live giving my first impressions of the whole discovery set of Wilhelm fragrances. But there's so many brands out there. I've talked about Francesca Bianchi. I have the discovery set of that, and quite a few fragrances out there that people don't talk about too much. But yeah, there's so many fragrances. I've been sampling. I have a few more samples of I think Electromus coming. I really like Black Caviar. It's more of a salty, like black ambergris aquatic kind of fragrance, and I really like it. I need to get that one in my collection. There's a certain giveaway happening, and I hope that I win. Anyways, yeah, BDK looks good. I've heard good things about that brand. Sorry, I meant Smoking Rouge. I trusted you. It's okay. I trusted you about that. But happy to have you, Valley Vaughn. What's your scent of the day? Did you say? No, I don't think you said. Stephanie Deming's in the house. Hey, Ben. And Saturday. Yeah, happy Saturday, everybody. I hope that everybody's pulled through, had a good week. I hope it wasn't too difficult out there. Ups and downs for all of us, I'm sure. And the world is still pretty crazy right now. But it's good that we know that we're all fragrance friends and that we're here for each other. And I always see fragrance as kind of, I don't want to say escapism because that can be unhealthy, but it's a I guess it's a hobby or a passion that can bring us joy, and I guess distract us a little bit. I mean, it's not good to be completely distracted from the world, but it is an avenue, to kind of have some enjoyment and have some fun. So, I don't know if y'all saw my Instagram. I haven't done an unboxing or a haul video for y'all, but I got Arabian's Tonka by Montal. I don't. I guess I'm spoiling it for y'all, for everybody watching right now. But Arabian's Tonka by Montal. I got Amber Malaki by Chopard, and I spoiled myself big time. I shouldn't have done it, but I spoiled myself and got from the Guerlain exclusive collection. I got Desert Velvet Oud, and I've been wanting that for a really long time. It's gorgeous. I really like it. So, anyways, Adzi says, "Do you like any Orto Parisi fragrances?" That's another house. Honestly, I haven't explored. At least I don't remember if I have or not. There are so many fragrances out there. There's hundreds and there's thousands, and there's lots of things that I review and I talk about. And people tell me all the time, they're like, "We've never heard of this and we've never smelled any of this." And I love doing that. That's what my fragrance channel's all about. That's what I love to do as a fragrance enthusiast. Of course, it's nice to talk about hyped fragrances or give my opinion and what my experience with popular fragrances and all that good stuff. But I need to explore Orto Parisi. To me, we're all on a different fragrance journey. Of course, you don't have to dive into niche or indie, or you do the fragrance journey the way you want to. But I find really great enjoyment with exploring all of this stuff out there and talking about it, because it helps me and it helps. I mean, it helps y'all as well, because you might have never heard about any of these fragrances, and sometimes they're hard to find, or there's nobody that's reviewed any of them, and it takes money and it takes time, and you do some risk when especially if you blind buy the fragrance. There's a lot of risk involved. So, um, yeah, I really like it when I find other people reviewing stuff that I've never heard about. So, I don't have to blind buy everything. But maybe some of y'all don't have to, because I know that some of y'all live in big cities near boutiques, and maybe some of y'all don't have y'all get to smell all the nice stuff, and y'all can go to some of those really nice physical boutiques like Perfumology. I don't know. Does Crystal Fragrances have a physical store? I think Twisted Lily maybe shut down their physical, but there's a lot of cities do have some family owned like boutiques here. You can find them if you look for them. So, um, let's see. Evening scent of the day is Ombre Leather. Hey Ronald, hey, happy to see you. Ombre Leather's a good one. I really like that fragrance. I should have bought it. I saw a bottle out there at one point for like $80 or something. I should have bought it, but it's I'll get to it one of these days. But that's a really nice leather. That's a good one. Never pass on a Bower. Retracted message. What were you gonna say? You didn't say anything afterwards. Uh, Randy says, "Hey Ben, hey Randy, what's your scent of the day, man? How's life treating you?" I'm wearing today. Not It's spelled Nanshe by Nishane, so it's like Nanshi. I don't know how it's. I'm probably pretty sure y'all know, but Nishane is a Turkish fragrance house, and I don't speak Turkish too well. I actually have a singer that I like to listen to from who's Turkish, but I don't. It's like a different type of Arabic, and I certainly don't know how to say it. I need to find somebody who knows how to say Nishane. It's probably something funny. Anyways, happy to see all of y'all. Hey Barry, how you doing? Hey Carnal Flores. Sent to the night, Nishane, fan your flames. Funny we're talking about Nishane. Fan your flames is awesome. To me, one of my favorite tobacco fragrances of all time. That stuff's awesome. It's also can be dressed up. It's fancy and it's kind of seductive too. That's good stuff, Carl Flores. I really like that one. I kind of save that for special occasions where maybe I hope to meet somebody. So to me, that's kind of a special fragrance. Do you wear it casually? I'm always curious. Some people are on different budgets and see fragrances differently. I know some people wear whatever they want, because it makes them feel a certain way, and more power to them. But I tend to save, especially expensive fragrances, for certain occasions. That's how I tend to go about it. But I probably should wear my fragrances a little bit more. I'm one of those guys who maybe doesn't wear them enough. So. Anyway, Super Fat Bass is in the house. Hey Ben, how's life? Doing pretty good. I've been getting my soap company together. I know that I've talked about making a perfume brand, but I think I'm going to work with the soap company at least a little bit first. I've started giving some soap out to friends and family and trying to get some feedback about what they think about them. I figured out how much fragrance, my blend I should put into each one of them, and I've been figuring that out. And I figured out, the blend that I kind of like to work with as far as soap goes. But I'm gonna have to. It's called bootstrapping. I'm gonna have to start with a really limited supply, and then hopefully sell out of that and make y'all some more. So hopefully that'll work out, and that's one of the dreams I've always had is to start my own brand and start it in my own way. And my soaps are a little bit different, and that I mean they're all natural, of course. But another aspect of it, I mean, there are people who are doing organic and all natural and all of that. But my everybody has a different blend supposedly out there, and I got a blend, and I like the composition of it. I like how it feels in the hand, and I like how it performs. So it should be a very long lasting bar. Almost half of it is olive oil, and it does have a good amount of. I shouldn't. My brand's not even out, and I'm telling y'all secrets, which I shouldn't be doing this kind of stuff. But I really like it, and I have to list on the website anyways. But it has a good amount of jojoba, or it's spelled with a J, like jojoba. Some people say, and that's really expensive oil, and that's one of the things I guess I like about the bar of soap is that it's hard. It's a hard bar of soap. Anyways, sent to everybody's popping in. Hey there, Barry says sent to the night is vapeurs dia. How do you say that? Diablotines by Sue Le Montal Matu. I don't know. I do know that means maybe diabolic or something like that. Vapors. So that's interesting. Does it smell scandalous or is it smoky or fiery or spicy or something? That's kind of crazy. My wife is all over me. I bet. Fan your flames is crazy. I'm telling y'all. When I say something's a compliment getter, I mean I don't. I'm kind of picky. People are when you say something's a compliment getter, people are going to have big expectations. And I know that some people already probably have unrealistic expectations. Not everybody gets compliments. Y'all know that I say this. I say you got to look the part. You got to be acting the part depending on whatever culture or situation that you're in. And you got to be looking the part and you got to smell good. And of course, you got to be clean. You guys got to be clean and trim and the haircut, all that stuff is important. But compliments just don't fall out of the sky. And it also depends on where you work, how many people you meet, in your culture. Again, some cultures just don't compliment people. No matter how many people you're around, it's just not a part of the culture. It's kind of rare that I get a verbal compliment, but I get more compliments by looks. It's how they treat me differently. And with ladies, they tend to kind of be shy or kind of give you a look give you a look, and that's how people kind of give compliments around here. It's not so verbal. I don't know if I've ever had anybody chase me down the street and say, "Oh my goodness, what are you wearing? Tell me, write that down so my husband can wear it or something like that." I don't live in a big city, so I haven't had that experience before. So, anyways, yeah, fan your flames is definitely a compliment getter. It has a big personality though, so you kind of have to like tobacco, and it's kind of assertive. If I remember right, it has a good amount of like a. I don't know if it has a lot of cedar, but it feels kind of cedary in a way. And some people might not be too much in the cedar, but yeah, fan your flames is a crazy fragrance. I'm glad it's working for you. Crazy name, but amazing. So absolutely. Barry says, okay. Oh, you're talking about the vapors, the diabolic vapors. What's it all about? I'll have to look into that. Anyways, oh no, you're going crazy, man. I hope that everything works out for you. Oh, everybody's teasing. I see what you're doing. Was there a content creator in fragrance that influenced you to start your channel? That's a really good question. I appreciate y'all asking that. I don't think I have had anybody. I mean, of course, I started from somewhere. Again, my fragrance journey kind of started. I wasn't raised around fragrance. I didn't smell very many people wearing fragrances. My mom had a few, but she very rarely wore them for special occasions. And my mom and my dad and people around me kind of have the attitude of criminally underspraying, so you can almost never smell their fragrance, especially after an hour or two. So I never heard about fragrance, and I never really knew anything. Supposedly, my as a kid, I was interested in. I had my granny's. She had a fragrance or something, and I messed with it. But anyways, so that might have been a start, like in a that. But I never remembered that. But anyways, there was one time where I smelled a fragrance, and we went to a hotel, and there was like this little sample vial, and it might have been CK1 or Aqua di Gio or something. I remembered liking it, and then years later, but right before college, I found a scratch and sniff of Aqua di Gio in a magazine, and I thought it smelled really good. And then I kind of forgot about it completely. It's not like I ran out and bought Aqua di Gio. Even though I really liked it, I mean, I would have, but I forgot about it. And when I went to college, I was looking for a new jacket, and I was walking past all these fragrance counters and everything in the mall, and I just decided that, hey, why not? I have a little bit of time on my hands, and I should smell all this stuff because, I when I went to college, I never, as a more of a country guy, I never really experienced a lot of those things. I never really saw those fragrances before, and I knew really nothing, but I just smelled everything. I want some of the first fragrances I bought, and I did pay retail. I mean, hey, we all start somewhere, and some people even like to buy from the mall because they trust the mall. And more power to you if that's your style. But I bought Versace Pour Homme, and I bought Polo Red, a gift set. So you got like a extra mini bottle and a deodorant. So anyways, that kind of doesn't answer your question too well. I guess I was in. I really enjoyed watching Coach Rob 619. He came back for a little while about a year ago. I'm not sure if he's reviewing actively right now, but he came back for a little while. I really liked watching Coach Rob 619. He was a cool, down to earth kind of guy. I was there watching people. I've been reviewing for 2 years, and I watched what fragrances. I've watched fragrance reviews for almost 2 years before I started reviewing. So I guess I kind of, some people would say I got into the fragrance community about 4 years ago, but I didn't even know that Facebook existed. And I didn't even know that certain fragrance reviewers, people who were influential in the community really even existed. Because I guess I missed the videos, or people really didn't shout each other that much, didn't shout each other out very much back then. So, and back then the algorithm wasn't as sophisticated on YouTube. So it was kind of hard for you to find other fragrance people. At least it was for me. Whenever I found Katie Puckrick, she was already kind of finished reviewing, and she had already stopped. I had watched Redolescence and Max Forte, and all those guys. A lot of the guys back then. What you know, I'm trying to remember their names. It's coming to mind. Dan over there. I'm trying to remember his name. He. It was really sad. He passed away early over there at. Is it Miss? Anyways, it's not coming to mind right now. Maybe I put that out of my memory. Sometimes I forget if I haven't thought about it in a while. But my Mickers, that's the one. My Mickers. He was really really cool. And I hope that explains it. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm getting deep into trains of thoughts, and memories are going through my head. So, but I hope that y'all have enjoyed me joining the fragrance community. It's a passion of mine, and I really enjoy it. It's a lot of fun, and I hope that I add something. So I thought that, when I first started and I got fragrance reviewing, I wanted to do something a little bit my own style. I had opinions and views that I didn't see other people saying, and I wanted to put it out there. Maybe somebody else felt the same way, or maybe I could help somebody. And and there again, there's hundreds and thousands of fragrances out there, and even with 6 or 7, 8, 9, 10 really big successful YouTubers, you know, even if they did a video every single day, 365 videos a year, every single day, they could. You can't even touch all the releases, especially if you're going in the past, diving into the the niche, and then there's the indie side, and there's so much out there. Anyways, Peruvian Parrot, happy to see you pop in, but hopefully that made sense. Sorry, I'm still on this question. I think it's a big one. I didn't have anybody that encouraged me. I wasn't chatting with anybody one on one, and they were encouraging me, or I wasn't friends with anybody in a Facebook chat group or any of these fragrance reviewers, and I was friends with them, and they told me I should do it, or somebody saw my fragrance collection and said I should start reviewing. I kind of took things. Did I started myself? Actually, when even at 3 or 4, even 500 subs, I did things the hard way. I was recording things up and down, like but I think it's laterally instead of vertically. I didn't even know how to record right, and it looks pretty ridiculous if you go into some of my really old videos. That was quite terrible, but we all start from somewhere. And I didn't even know about the Facebook fragrance community even existed, and nobody really seemed to get involved with me. I would comment on other people's content and videos, but nobody responded back to me. So I actually thought the fragrance community was really small, really small, and I thought there was almost actually nobody reviewing fragrances except for a couple of these guys that I'd watched who were the big dogs, I guess, in the game. So it was a whole different world back then. It seems like everybody's jumping in and reviewing fragrances now, and it's awesome. We get to see so many perspectives and meet so many new friends, and I hope that we can get more people involved. So even the community can get even bigger. More people can get views and grow and be encouraged to continue keep making content. A lot of people are popping in and out, and that's the name of the game with any hobby. But I kind of wish that people would stick with it. When people build up a hobby, at least a presence on YouTube, not individually I'm speaking about, but that they build up. Some people might want to use the word industry or something. People who are let's compare the fragrance world to the video game industry. There's people who review video games and they make a career out of it, and they stick with it, and they do it for a very long time. And there are some of these guys who have done it and continue to do it, and I admire them. They do a wonderful job. Y'all know about some of these guys who have been in the game for 7, 8, 9, 10 years. Um, and Fragrance Bros is one of them. I'm trying to remember the names of some of these guys. Um, his name's Mark. I don't know why the name of the channel is eluding me. But he's a really cool guy. I'll get to the comments soon, everybody. I just saw some people pop out. I'm sorry. I'm just in a train of thought right now. But anyways, I think that my goodness, I'll remember here in a second. But you know, if more people stuck with the hobby, and that audience was still going inside YouTube, it would strengthen the YouTube side of things, and it would really strengthen and get us all the I guess build get more people involved with fragrance, and it would build this side. YouTube would funnel more people our way, and I've seen a lot of people dip out, and they didn't even have goodbye videos. They had like 10,000 subs, and they didn't even say goodbye. It's like, why didn't you say goodbye? Anyways, guys, let's get to some comments. Let's see. Crazy name, but great scent. Yeah, absolutely. So with your soap brand, I think that would be really well with a background in fragrance. Frag heads would love. Exactly. I want to do my own blends. I am going to bootstrap it. I am going to put some things out there that might not be the final form or exactly how I want them to be in the end, because I would like to play around with some natural ingredients and make my own. I'm trying to think of I can't even think of the word right now. It's when you make your own fragrance oils or your own fragrance, and I would like to put even more of that inside inside the soaps, and I hope that y'all would like that. So I'm trying to figure out what's the right balance of cost. Ingredients can get expensive, and then trying to scale this. How would I be able to scale this, and how much of this can I produce, and how long would it take to make it? So, Double Vapors is spicy. Okay, yeah, I was guessing it was kind of spicy. It must have had something to it. I knew it was either like crazy boozy or spicy or smoky. It had to have something to it. So, Peruvian parrot. Is it? Oh, Patriot. Why was I calling you a parrot? I thought you were the. I was thinking bird. When I was laying back over there, I was thinking that you were a bird. So, is Great Solano put me on it? Oh, you talking about Solano, the one, the only from Peru? Yeah, Fan Your Flames is awesome. So happy to see you. That's not you. That's not you, Solano, in a incognito profile, is it? If it is, I don't know why. Sometimes in the this is a. I'm not going to get too much on this topic, but there's some of these bigger fragrance reviewers or just people in the fragrance community in general, and they all have ghost profiles, and sometimes they're popping in and saying things, and you don't know who is who. I don't know why there's so much drama. I don't know why there's so much games. I'm just open. I'm just who I am, and I think that I don't know why we can't all come together. There's people who are, making fake profiles and stuff. I'm not saying you are Peruvian patriot. You could be, but I don't know. It's that you just got me on that train of thought. I think it's kind of crazy. A Factory Zone says as long as soap lasts longer than 2 weeks, like Dr. Squatch. Absolutely. Especially with the jojoba oil. I mean, it's already half olive oil, and I don't know if you've ever had a real olive oil soap. If you like natural soap that's good for your skin, and none of it lasts for you, I would encourage you to buy a bulk pack. I think it was. I don't think it was from Italy. I think it was from Greece, and they were big bars. I mean, they were already kind of big, so that added to it. But they were pure olive oil, all natural, and they last. I mean, each bar would last me well over a month. And I take a shower every day, sometimes 2 times a day, and one bar would last me well over a month, even 2 months or more. So olive oil soap is harder and it lasts longer, and I'm adding jojoba, so it has a certain hardness to it. I don't know if y'all know, but jojoba and some of these oils are almost like wax when they harden. They have a real waxiness to it, and it makes this really, really fancy, glossy sheen to it. And I kind of like it. I hope that y'all enjoy it too. So, anyways, yeah, Dr. Squatch. I don't know if it's true or if it's that brand, but I heard that supposedly that his isn't from scratch. I hear that he actually buys it from somebody and relabels it as his own. So, but mine are homemade. I mean, I'm making it myself. I'm not repackaging or reselling or anything. And I'm using real I mean, all natural. I think everything is even organic. So I'm not playing games with the quality. So. For Gourmand fans, Imaginary Authors has a new fragrance called Whiff a Waffle Cone. I bet that's good. And I don't like calling fouls, especially when that is such a big thing. And I'm not near big enough. I know that if I was Jeremy Fragrance, which I'm not, and again I don't hate on him. I'm just using this as an example. But some of these guys possibly could get them into defamation lawsuits if somebody big like Jeremy was to say something like this. But if y'all don't know, Kerosene has a fragrance called Unspoken Pleasures, and I've spoken about it, and it is fairly popular, at least on Instagram and inside some parts of the fragrance community. And I think a lot of people listen, and pay attention. And I don't think Imaginary Authors is a clone house, but I do think that some brands from time to time listen, because I've talked about Papa's Waffles from Sucre Labelle. It's more that one's more of a smoky, like a burnt waffle, but it's a really fun fragrance. And I do think that I haven't smelled the fragrance, but it could be inspired by Unspoken Pleasures. I think it is from Kerosene. And Kerosene is a really good niche house. It's been on the scene for a while. Doesn't get near enough recognition. And that is, to me, I mean, maybe there was a waffle fragrance before. Again, Unspoken Pleasures by Kerosene. Maybe there was one, but that's the first one I smelled. And that's glorious and it smells really great. And it's a compliment getter. And I don't know why, again, back in the day when people are hyping up, Green Irish Tweed, and again, it's a good fragrance, I understand, by Creed. But I mean, you didn't talk about that one by Kerosene. I mean, come on, guys. And what makes me mad sometimes, if I think about it, is that a whiff of a waffle cone will probably sell more bottles and probably be more popular than Unknown Pleasures. I'm pretty sure that's the name of it, but there's one by Kerosene that has waffles in it, and it'll probably sell more bottles and make more money than kerosene. And they did a great job. He used to be a fragrance reviewer, and that's sometimes where I give mixed kind of feelings about the fragrance community. It's like, you know, again, enjoy a whiff of a waffle cone. If it's good, if people are excited about it, enjoy it. But I mean, if somebody was a fragrance reviewer and got into making fragrances, and then and people aren't even building them up, like, oh man, got to build them up. But I'm not getting anything back. I'm not affiliated with them at all. I bought the fragrance I got blackmail. I paid for it 100% out of my own pocket. So no funny business from me. Anyways, yeah, follow your passion, Ben. Better to take a risk in doing something you love than to suffer a dreary job. Absolutely, y'all are asking some hard questions and getting me on some deep topics, getting into my mind and making me really think about some things that are really important to me. Um, I don't want to make my life seem like it's terrible. I know that I'm fortunate to be born in the USA, and there's probably other things I could talk about to be fortunate about. I'm tall. I have broad shoulders. I can work hard. I've been born with pretty good health, and I got blue eyes. And people could go probably on and on, but I wasn't raised in a rich family. I worked doing. I saved up lots of money doing yard work for family. I saved almost every money I got for my birthday or for Christmas, and I kind of got out of religion, but I gave everything to religion, and I got out of it, but I got nothing back. So, life can be tough, and I got nothing in return, and I didn't know better. I went to college. It pretty much did absolutely nothing for me, and I worked my way through college. I paid for almost all of it out of hard work, and I did it the old-fashioned way. I didn't get a lot of help, um, and I didn't get a ton of support, and that way. And a lot of people might not understand that these days. A lot of people don't have to work through college, and a lot of people just get a bunch of debt, and then somehow they get a good job. And I never had that luxury. I never got an amazing job, and I did everything. But we all go through our journey, and I kind of like it that maybe this is the direction in life I needed to go through. I was mowing lawns. I was doing hard labor yard work. I've worked in a warehouse stacking extremely heavy tires. I worked for a furniture company delivering furniture, and my parents, at the time were actually worrying about me because I'd come home and I would go immediately to sleep. I'd even fall asleep in my clothes sometimes because I was so tired, and sometimes my back was even hurting because I was lifting furniture. And you have to learn how to lift furniture correctly. And even if you do, you can put a strain on your back. And I was still, I don't have back damage or anything, but if I would have continued doing that for years, I probably would have back damage, because it's not easy. It's not. Anyways, let's jump into some of the comments. Yes. Okay. Oh, Factory Zone. Thank you for the 2.99. I'm not expecting donations, but I really appreciate that. That means a lot. I appreciate you, my friend. I don't know. I'm not trying to say that 2.9. I'm not grateful, but YouTube does take some of that. Darn YouTube, take some of that. But I do appreciate the 2.99. It means a lot, and thank you for the love. Robes, oh wait, exactly. That's the guy I was thinking of, Mark. When I think about him, I say Mark in my head. I don't say Robes, oh wait. I don't know why. But anyway, yeah, Robes Await has been reviewing for like 10 years, guys. I know that there's some people who maybe, you might think if you've been into the fragrance game for a really long time, you might have certain favorites that might not review fragrances anymore. I think there was a guy called Frag Boy Stewie, and I know there was a couple guys that are really awesome and really endearing to some guys out there. But you got to give it up to Robes Away. He's been reviewing for 10 years, man, and he's been going at it, and he's like an unstoppable force. Reminds me, Centrifugal Force is another one. I love that guy. He doesn't put out videos very often, but he pulls out those old school 20 fragrance, 30 fragrance list, and he's passionate about it, and he hits hard, and he's a cool guy. And I don't know if you've seen you guys have seen some of his videos, but it's he's a lean, mean machine. You wouldn't want to mess with him, and he's a cool guy though. It's there's some great guys, and if y'all don't watch Robes Await, check out the guy. He's awesome. So Lowell, never pass on a Bowers. Carniflora says, Benjamin, have you ever smelled Guerlain Derby? I don't know. I might have. I'd have to revisit it. Um, I'd have to get back and see which one. I reviewed a couple of those for my dad, but it's been a while. I might have, but it's been a little while. This question really got you going. Absolutely. Y'all got me going on some good train of thought. Those were some big questions. And for some reason, I've been feeling nostalgic recently. I guess we're getting deeper into the winter months and we got some time to think. And when you get nostalgic, you get thinking. And I hope that y'all liked some of my train of thought. I hope that it was worthwhile. And again, I am definitely trying to encourage everybody. Some people, I guess how I come across and how I speak, some people might think I'm critical or something. I'm definitely trying to come through with love, guys. Absolutely. DB from behind the nonsense is doing soaps and deodorant also. Oh, he is. I don't know. Maybe he's my competition. I don't want to say it that way, but I didn't know that. I'm making them by hand. I don't. I'm sure that he is too, but yeah, we'll see how that goes. I know that Macon Sense started his own clone house of sorts, so I definitely support this. This a lot of people don't think of the fragrance community this way, but it's still a very young industry in general. And on YouTube, things aren't really established. The world of fragrance is a very small part of the population, and a really growing industry, and it has tons of opportunity. And I'm really excited to see in the years to come how many new brands and how many new creations and how many companies are started. And I definitely support people who, if they're putting out good quality, if they actually care about what they're doing, I definitely think that's awesome. So Peruvian Patriot says Serapio Silva. I remember the name Silva. I don't remember where I heard that, but that sounds a little bit familiar. Is that my son Carnel Flores? We got our friends in the house, eh? Do you wash your Absolutely. I don't know how I should respond to that, but absolutely. I definitely clean up. Peruvian Patriot says, Your son doing good. Oh, everybody's chatting. I got my pop up for 14% power. So, yeah, I got 14% power, guys. So I don't know how much longer we'll be on here. Maybe I'll be able to keep it up for 5 more minutes before the power dies out. Anyways, kerosene is yeah, that's the one. Unknown Pleasures. That's the one with the waffle cone. It smells exactly like a fresh waffle cone. If you've ever had ice cream, they put those cones, and they put it's that's called a waffle cone. If you didn't know, you probably know that. And it smells like a fresh one. Like they make them. A lot of those have to be made handmade, and Unspoken Pleasures is a pretty darn good fragrance, guys. Unknown, yeah. I'm wearing Unspoken Pleasures. Oh, you are? Factory Zone. Who would have known it? That's a great fragrance, don't you think? And that's what I'm talking about. If a fragrance person, especially when they used to be a fragrance reviewer, and they're a good brand in general, I mean, some of the hype is good on some of these fragrances, and I respect some of the hype. But why? I mean, if you love something, and that's a fragrance that I could see getting hyped. It's really likable. It's a compliment getter. I mean, I don't know why Unknown Pleasures, and I don't know why people aren't hyping up that one and talking about it like crazy. Because, I mean, it's a really good fragrance, and I that's one thing I think that would build up the fragrance community, that kind of stuff. Because imaginary authors will shill out tons of free bottles. Yeah, that's a part of it too. And again, I am not trying to tear down the fragrance community. And some people might get really mad at me because I will accept bottles, but companies already know that I can't be bought, and I'm not bought, and I'll say whatever I want about a fragrance. I've gotten things for free, and I've been negative about them, and I've probably offended people from time to or brands from time to time. So yeah, there was the anniversary edition of Aventus, and y'all can tell. Killian's, what is it called? Angels. What is it called? Angels. I forget what it's called. It's a boozy fragrance from Killian. Angel Share, I think it is. And some you can tell when some of these big fragrance reviewers, they all get the fragrance, and they don't talk about too much about the price of it. There's a reason, and I think it's really, again, I don't know who gets the bottles for free, and I don't know which, who does when they do, but sometimes you can tell that there's a group of these people, and they're part of a marketing campaign. And I'd be completely fine with it if they would just tell us that they got the bottle for free and that they would be open about it. But they don't want to bite the hand that feeds, and they know that maybe it would possibly hurt their credibility if they didn't tell people that they got something for free. And I do think that there's some funny business. Again, I don't know who, and even if I knew exactly who it was, I don't know if it's my place to exactly tell everybody face to, maybe I don't know if that's I still don't know if I would do that, but I'm definitely not going to speculate. Try to force it out of people, but they know who they are, and I trust y'all to be smart enough to be able to tell. When everybody's talking about a brand new fragrance release that came out in the last week, and depending on where they live, it's like, how did you get that fragrance? That's what I think. It's like, well, you live over here and you live over there, and the fragrance has been out for only a week. It's like it's probably not even in everybody's boutique yet. Probably not. And that's, anyways, I'll stop talking about that. Kerosene is lit. Exactly. I love Blackmail. I think Blackmail is a great release. That's probably my favorite, but I do think I'm going to get Unknown or Unspoken Pleasures. That one's really good as well. I think that'll be mine, and I might get my dad, and he might end up getting the Black Vines. That's a really strong licorice scent. It's not the same, but it's kind of like Dark Rebel by John Varvatos, but it's even darker and it's even licoricier. And if you like licorice, check out the Dark Vines one. So you have a humble spirit, Benji. I appreciate that. I try to, um, I can be very bold and direct about certain things, but I always try to, be nice, and I try to do my best to build people up. But I've had experiences from time to time where people just don't understand where I'm coming from or my point of view, or it seems like they get emotional and then they try to mix things and they keep like suggesting things and adding something different from what I originally said, and then I have to keep explaining myself, and then they keep getting angrier and like keep twisting things. And I don't usually try to debate people unless it's something like online, outside of the fragrance community. I think it's something important. Like I mentioned before, like I used to debate people about the meanings of words, because words are powerful, words have meaning, and words are a part of our culture. And there's a lot of people who are changing certain words to mean certain things, and for certain, sometimes political and other ends. And that can be very dangerous when somebody thinks a certain word means a certain thing, how you look at certain people or treat certain people or approach a situation in a certain way, and we get away from the intent of the word, which is usually more neutral and usually more of a general term. I don't even like slang. I don't even like different slang terms. A lot of sometimes they're funny, sometimes they're useful. I mean, the British and the Irish are known for it, with having slangs and references, and a lot of cultures do too. I think the Australians have a lot of their own slang too, and I understand it, why slang exists, but a lot of the time I don't. But that's another discussion for another day. I won't get into that on my fragrance channel, but I'm not even a big a fan of slang or that kind of stuff. But anyways, a whiff and a waffle cone was made in collaboration with specialty ice cream company Salt and Straw, California based. Yeah, I've never tried that salt and straw, but salt ice cream is pretty good. It makes sense, the collaboration, but I get what you're saying. Yeah, I'm not saying that they stole the idea. I really don't know if they did or not. But again, I do think that the fragrance world is starting to pay more and more attention to us. I talked about Papa's waffles. I really did. And I remember when I was talking with Fragrance Runner, Fragrance Runner was doing a live. I just got a notification of low power, so I'll be on. I'll probably have my phone will go dead probably in like 2 minutes. But me, and I was chatting with Fragrance Runner. He was doing a live. I was just in his chat, like y'all are in my chat right now. and he was talking about wanting to see more pumpkin in fragrances, and then Paco Rabanne, like 2 or 3 months later, comes out with a mass like a designer launch fragrance, with pumpkin in it, and I think that they're starting to listen, and I've talked pretty highly about unspoken. I'll keep mixing up unspoken pleasures. Anyways, I've spoken pretty highly about it. So, what's up, my dude? Hey there. Yeah, hey there, Solano. Y'all know Solano. He's a cool guy. He's from Peru. He's legit, and he check him out. Give him a chance. Never pass on a Bauer. Never had ice cream. Well, there's all kinds of different ice creams. Please try Italian gelato, and try concrete, which has more malt in it. There's different types of ice cream, and there's, I forget what they're called, but there's those nitrogen frozen little pebbles, and those were really popular in certain places of the USA. Yeah, ice cream's awesome. I love different types and mixing things in, but my default, probably my classic all-time favorite is cookies and cream with extra cookies. So, anyways, and the USA has tons of frozen yogurt shops as well. A lot. That's more of a city thing. I haven't had it too often, but frozen yogurt's pretty good. Anyways, Killian's on Max Forte is drinking in his last thumbnail. He was so thirsty. Hey, it gets you thinking, man. You might want to pull out the bourbon, huh? Pure malt performance is pretty good. It's a lot sweeter of a scent, and first it didn't grow on me. Yeah, pure malt is a great boozy fragrance. It's really good for the money. For the money, that's probably one of the best boozy fragrances out there. Unknown, man. Okay, unknown pleasures. I always want to say unspoken. Why is that in my head? I don't know. Unknown pleasures. You're exactly right. Never pass on a Bauer. Papa Duplar. Happy to see you. Ever tried Inicio's Rehab? I have. It's gorgeous. It's often compared to Spice Bomb by Victor and Rolf. It has lavender. It has this a little bit more of a classy, almost gentlemanly feel, but it's not an oak moss fragrance or anything. Rehab's really nice. I do wish it had better performance, but it probably makes it a little bit better of a date fragrance or indoor like cozy fragrance because it's not so strong. But Rehab, I do wish it performed better, but I love it. It's gorgeous, and it is probably my favorite fragrance from Initio. I gotta have it in my collection. So, yeah, it's unknown pleasure. You're right. You're right, Solano. Anyways, I'm trying to get to the comments. I'm about to be kicked off. My phone's about to die on me. I know it any second now. Ain't nobody worrying. Great chat. Yes, everybody, it was a great chat. Y'all are awesome people. I appreciate the friendship, and y'all are legit in here, my friends. Fragrance Runner is my dude. Fragrance Runner's legit. He's a cool guy. I do watch his content. I don't know how active he's been recently. I need to catch up on his channel. I don't know about that. I'm not gonna get into any of that. Some people like him, some people don't. He seems like a pretty cool guy to me. But Casey says, "Have you ever tried to find out what type of cologne?" No, no, I don't know what he wears. I really don't know if he wears anything. Again, I try not to get into politics here. Again, if any politician wants to wear a fragrance, it's probably Private Label by Javoy, Diaman by Amouage, or something with a really rich patchouli and maybe something really animalic in people's faces, like Golden Gaia by Meleg Perfumes. That a president could wear that. So yeah. Those are probably three fragrances that a president might wear, but invest in a port. I actually do have a portable battery. I need to get Wi-Fi again, guys. I don't really have access to regular Wi-Fi here. I have to use my data, and I could lug around my external battery, but I guess I'm not trying to get out of these chats or anything, but an hour or maybe two, however long, whatever charge I have on my phone. I mean, to me, that feels like a good conversation. So, anyways, my favorite Amouage is Jubilation 25 for sure. It's a lot of frankincense. It changes a lot. It does have lots of multifacets to it, but it's a beautiful frankincense mostly. It does have some oud. It's not a terribly scary oud to me. It has black currant at one point. Almost smells like Cedroc Boisé by Monsara at some points. But it's a really great, very classy, opulent kind of fragrance. Yeah, Ben, you mentioned religion. I grew up in North Ireland, so I have no time for it. I align myself. I definitely try to do my own thing. I'm not trying to say I'm against religion or anything like that. I'm just saying that I was raised to give everything to a church, and I gave everything. And I was actually taught that there were businessmen in the church, and I was expecting to maybe get hired or given a lead or a job by somebody. And it just that, and I know that religion isn't about getting a job, but I gave everything to them, and I gave so much service. I've mowed people's lawns. I've done so much labor and work, and I've done so many things for people, and I couldn't even pretty much get even get a job. And I'm a hardworking guy. I'm dependable, and there's a lot more that goes into it. Trust me. But we're not going to talk about that here. But I could get really into it. But yeah, that's just the tip of the iceberg. But yeah, that's one of the things that really just gave me bonkers. I gave all this money and time, and then everybody else thinks that they're you know they're less fortunate than I am. Some people even told me that they think that I'm more fortunate than them. I'm like, I haven't had a job and I can't get a job, and etc. Anyways, Papa Duplar favorite Parfums de Marly fragrance. Probably Hobdon. I love Hobdon. It's a beautiful saffron, like a dark, seductive, sweet fragrance. It's really gorgeous. I love that one, and I love Leighton Exclusive. I definitely would give Leighton Exclusive a chance too. But try. Know a lot of people love Ojon and Carlisle. Give them all a chance and see which one works for you. But Hobdon's my favorite, and it's not Hobdani. Hobdani is this animalic black ambergris monster kind of thing. It's that's from the Arabian collection. That Hobdon's is different from Hobdani. Don't get the two mixed up. I hear Hobdon is discontinued. I hope it isn't. I really like it, and if it is, I need to get a bottle quick because I would love to have that in my collection. Anyways, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. I've gotten a low power notification a couple times. It's about to die. I know that I'm on like 1% power. So good night, everybody. Have a happy weekend. I'll catch y'all next week, but I put out a video every single day. Y'all know this. I'm super active on Instagram, and I go live most mornings on Instagram. So if you want to see more of me, if you want to have more chats with me, get on my Instagram, and I'm usually active on 10 to 12 a.m. Central in the morning, and I put out posts there anyways. So Instagram is a fun place to be. I know some people like the Facebook scene, but I have a lot more fun and have a lot better of an experience over there on Instagram land. So anyways, Papa Duplar, have a good weekend. Have a good night, everybody. Good night. Thank y'all for being a friend. 15 awesome people who decided to pop in here today. I don't know who all of you are, but I hope that you had some fun, and I hope that you liked seeing this face tonight. So have a good one. Good night, Stephanie. Good night, all. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Yeah, I do appreciate that. That does help me. I think it helps me. I know it's supposed to help, but I really don't know. But I do appreciate the thumbs up. So Super Fat Bass, happy man. Have a good night. Thank you for the love. Good night, everybody. Live well, cook some good food, take it easy, and I'll see you soon. I'll catch up with you later, everybody. Peace out and bye.